Hello students. Today, first of all, I welcome you all in these online e-learning lectures. This is the first lecture of your class. Those students who are absent in online lecture, they can listen this video. So, I welcome from Anjuman Islam Zanjira Degree College of Science. I am the teacher of Botany or assistant professor in Botany. My first lecture is on introduction of the syllabus. So before going the syllabus, first of all you have to know about this graduation course. So in your BSc there is the 3 years. In first year there is the FY BSc, and on the first year there is the 2 semester 1 and semester 2. In second year there is the semester 3 and semester 4, and in third year there is the semester 5th and semester 6. So regarding the botany subject, in FI BSc you have two papers of the botany. First paper is the on plant diversity first, and paper second is on form and function first. Similarly, same first में आपको 2 papers you have to cover 2 papers, and in semester second you have to 2 papers. Each paper having the 100 marks with the 15 marks practicals. So total your botany subject is of 300 marks. 2 papers 100 marks and practicals of the 15 marks. In SYBSc, the botany having the 3 papers. Botany first is on plant diversity second, botany second is on form and function second, and botany third is on current trends in plant sciences first. And then in TY botany you have to botany paper 4 and one additional, that is the horticulture and gardening. In TY, botany paper first is on plant diversity third, botany paper second is on plant diversity fourth, botany paper third is on form and function third, and botany paper fourth is on current trends in plant sciences. So move towards the syllabus of this botany paper first. So in this paper there are 3 units. First unit on algae, second unit on fungi, and third unit is on bryophyta. So these are the different groups in the plant diversity. On that you have to include these 3 units. In algae you have to study about the nostoc and spirogyra and their life cycle, systematic position, and also the economic importance of the algae. In fungi, also there are 2 examples are included in your syllabus, that is the Rhizopus and Aspergillus. So Rhizopus and Aspergillus structure, life cycle, and systematic position are studied in this semester. Also the second point in your syllabus, that is the economic importance. So how these fungi are useful in different purposes, you have to study in these points. Then mode of nutrition for in fungi, these are also in your syllabus. Then in unit 3rd is on bryophyta groups. So in that bryophyta you have to study about the general characters of this Hepatici and the whole study of the species Rixia regarding its systematic position, life cycle, and the reproductions. So this is the syllabus. So first of all you have to understood about the classification system of plants. So the botany it is nothing but the study of different types of plants, trees, and their economic importance is called the botany. The scientist Theophrastus, you have to see in the picture in right hand. So this Theophrastus, they studied the different plants and they identified different plants and structures. So this scientist known as the father of the botany. So we have started the plant biodiversity. So what is exactly plant biodiversity? So plant diversity is nothing but the number of different species that are represented in a given community or environment. जो हमारे एनवायरनमेंट में हम देखते हैं कि different number of species are present. So this number of species in our community or environment, that is known as the plant diversity. So regarding the study of this plant community, the classification of plant kingdom is very important. So the scientist Engler in 1883, first of all they differentiate or classified the plants. So they basically they differentiated plants on two groups. One is the cryptogams and second group is the phanerogams. So cryptogams, that is without the plants are without seeds, and phanerogams are the seed bearing plants. So on the basis of seeds they can be differentiated two groups. One is cryptogams and phanerogams. In cryptogams, they again differentiated this cryptogram group or cryptogam in three groups, that is Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, and phanerogams in two groups, that is Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. Again this Angiosperm is differentiated into two types, it is monocot and dicot. So next slide is regarding the classification of this planty group or planty kingdom. So kingdom is the planty and subkingdom is the cryptogamy and phanerogamy. Again this subkingdom is divided into divisions. So in cryptogams there are three divisions, that is Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. This Thallophyta is again subdivided in algae and fungi. For example, example of algae is the Spirogyra and fungi is the Rhizopus. Bryophyte example is the Funaria and Pteridophyte is the Pteris. In phanerogroup group, there is the its division is the Spermatophyta, and the Spermatophyta again subdivided into Gymnospermy and Angiosperm. The example of Gymnosperm is the cycas plants, and Angiosperm there is the, that means the flowering plants. So pea plants, then paddy, etc. are included in the Angiosperm. So in your syllabus or in your first semester, there are two divisions are included, division Thallophyta and Bryophyta. So we today we focus on these two divisions, that is Thallophyta and Bryophyta. So according to the classification of the kingdom or botanical world is mainly classified in two parts, that is cryptogamous plants and phanerogamous. I already mentioned the cryptogamous, that means the plants without seeds, and phanerogamous plants means the seed bearing plants. So this is again the classification, and they have mentioned the different examples of that groups. Then we move towards the cryptogamous plants. So in this semester you have to study these cryptogamous plants. So in this cryptogamous there is the Thallophyta and Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. So in this semester only you have to study about the Thallophyta and Bryophyta. So what is Thallophyta? You have to see the picture of the plant kingdom or plant groups. In that you have to see the different plants from algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm and angiosperm. So three groups, the above three groups, that is algae, bryophyte and pteridophytes, are the cryptogams, and the gymnosperm and angiosperm of the phanerogams. So let's move toward the cryptogamous plants, and for in that first division is the Thallophyta. So Thallophyta is nothing but the plants which are having the thallus body, and they are not differentiated into root, stem or leaves etc. जो थैलोफाइटा में मेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है कि वो थैलस प्लांट रहते, वहाँ पे रूट, स्टेम और लीव्स का डेवलपमेंट नहीं होता है, और इट इज़ द लार्जेस्ट ग्रुप ऑन द प्लांट. जो प्लांट किंगडम है उनमें सबसे बड़ा ए थैलोफाइटा ग्रुप्स है. सो दिस थैलोफाइटा आर नॉट कंडक्टिंग टिश्यू. कंडक्टिंग टिश्यू दैट मीन्स जो जाइलम और फ्लोएम रहता है. जाइलम क्या करता है? वाटर कंडक्शन का काम करता है, और फ्लोएम जो फूड कंडक्शन का काम करता है. तो ये जो प्लांट है और जो थैलोफाइटा है उनमें कंडक्टिंग टिश्यू नहीं रहते. सो दिस Thallophyta is again differentiated into algae and fungi. Now these algae are the study of the algae is known as the phycology. These plants are contain the chlorophyll, and they are autotrophic mode. Autotrophic mode, that means they can prepare their own foods. The structure of these plants will be thallus-like, that means they are not differentiated into the root, stem and leaves. The most of these algae are the aquatic, and they are classified into main three groups, that is Rhodophyta, Chlorophyta and Phaeophyta. Chlorophyta, that means the red algae. Chlorophyta means green algae, or Phaeophyta, that means brown algae. So according to the colors, the different algae are differentiated. Instead of these three, also some groups are present on this algae. So as you know, the Red Sea, so this Red Sea is got a red color due to the presence of the algae. The algae, that is the Trichodesmium erythracum, is the plant which are present on this sea. That's why this whole sea will be bearing the red colors. Then these algae are most of these algae are used in different purposes or various purposes, like as a food. So then Porphyra, ulva, sargassum, laminaria and nostoc are the plants which are used as a salad or preparing dishes, or also as a animal feeds. Then some algae which are used in preparation of iodine, for example laminaria, fucus or eclonia, these are the algae which are used in preparing the iodine. Some algae are used as a biofertilizers, like nostoc, anabena, azolla and kelp are used in preparation of the biofertilizers. Then one of the also important algae, that is the chlorella. From this chlorella, some antibiotic like chlorelin is prepared. So in this way, the different algae are used for the various purposes. So in detail, we have studied one by one in next videos or next lecture. So next group, our second unit is on fungi. So fungi, the study of fungi is known as the mycology, and on these fungi there is the absence of the chlorophyll. इसमें हमें chlorophyll नहीं रहता है, so they can be accumulated food on the glycogens, and the cell of this plant is made up of the chitin. Examples are as you know, you have to see the different types of fungi. Some fungi are edible and some are toxic. In that, the chlorophyll will be totally absent. That's why they cannot prepare their own food. They are dependent on the other food, and the cell wall is made up of this chitin. Mostly, in plants, the cell wall is made up of the cellulose. But in this fungi group, the cell wall is made up of the chitins. The examples of the fungi are the agaricus, yeast, and aspergillus. So agaricus or mushroom, as you know. So in mushroom, various delicious dishes are prepared. Then yeast is also another example of fungi, which is used for in fermentation processes for preparing some breads, some idlis, dosas, etc. Then aspergillus, it is also useful in preparing the different antibiotic or different medicines. So this is on your second unit, you have to study about the fungi. Then in third unit, that is on bryophyta. So bryophyta are the first group of the land plants, and they mostly found on the dry and moist areas. So they are commonly also known as the amphibians plants, and also they will be lack with the xylem and phloem. So you have to see in the picture, this is mostly occur on the moist and dry place. जहाँ पे ह्यूमिड कंडीशन रहती है, मॉइस्ट कंडीशन रहती है, वहाँ पे ब्रायोफाइटिक प्लांट्स हमें और ब्रायोफाइटिक प्लांट्स ग्रो होते हैं. मोस्टली इसे एम्फीबियंस प्लांट्स भी बोल सकते हैं. दैट्स बिकॉज these bryophytes are observed in the amphibious condition. That means they are grow in marshy places. Or this is also the first plant, because you have to know these algae. The algae are found in the water, and fungi is on grow on the other organisms or other materials. So this is bryophyte is the first land plant. The xylem or conducting tissues are also absent. That means there is the no development of the root or stems and xylem or phloem like tissues. Example of these plants or this group is the sphagnum. So this sphagnum, it is also called as the peat moss, which are mostly used in the gardening purposes. So this is shortly I explain about the 3 units. Then you have to see the picture of the actual examples in your syllabus. So next is about the nostoc commune. So in this nostoc, it is in the aquatic, and they are formed the different colonies, and under microscope you have to see this bead-like structure. This is the first example in your algae unit. Then second unit or second part of this algae is the spirogyra. So this mostly this spirogyra has grown on the rocks or in watery surface. You have to see on the rocks some green sheva-like structure you have to observe. This is the spirogyra, and under microscope you have to see the spiral like chloroplast. That is the characteristics of these Spirogyra plants. Then in fungi unit, you have to studies about the rhizophus and aspergillus. So this rhizophus is grow on mostly on breads or other bakery products. You have to see in the whitish growth and some dark spots on their tips. So these are the dark spot means they are from the spores, and whitish they are the mycelium structure. So on the bread these rhizophus are grow. You have to see in figure. Then second example in fungi unit, that is aspergillus. These aspergillus are mostly grown on these food materials like corn, then lemon. If we observe this, some blackish growth are observed on these fruits if we remain at so many days. So in corn you have to see in picture, and the some whitish blackish growth is observed, that is the infection of the aspergillus. And in second figure there is under microscope the conidia structure of this aspergillus. Then third is example of the bryophyta, that is Rixia. So it is first land plant, that's why they are grow on the moist or shady places, and it is over the thallus structure. This is the two pictures of the Rixia. So in detail we have studied all these species in one by one. So today's I only you introduce about the syllabus. So now I hope all of you are little bit idea about the syllabus. From next we have start the unit first.